Hey, I want to let you know about the awesome promo that RacerX is running right now. Really good one. I'm excited about it. Subscribe and renew today. You get a free pair of RacerX undies. And they're by Ethica. It's a $56 value just for $30. Men's, women's, youth sizes available. I have a pair on the way for myself, which I'm excited about. So that's cool, but there's more to it than that. Man, there's some really good features in this August issue of RacerX. You've got All Things In Badly, really kind of an inside look of what's going on with Eli Tomac and leaving one team in Monster Energy Kawasaki and going to what we believe is the Yamaha team. You got another story. Davey Coombs went out and did an adventure ride, an adventure tour with Jeff Stanton, and he talks about it. So Pure Michigan Adventure. Ryan Villapoto's brand new old school vibe, 9-time AMA Motocross Supercross champ Ryan Villapoto hit up RacerX and just really did a cool feature on that. So get some fresh undies. Your lady will probably thank you for that, and RacerX will really appreciate you supporting them. They're the reason that we're able to do this podcast. They're the reason you hear from guys like Weege and Steve, and those guys put a lot of hard work into these stories, and man, I still look forward every month to getting my paper edition magazine that I can hold in my hand and read. But if you're somebody you're like, man, you know what, I'm on my phone all the time, I want it on my phone, you can get that as well. You can get the latest issue right on your cell phone. So be sure to go to racerxonline.com/moto marketing, and you can sign up. It'll give me a little bit of credit, so I look like I'm doing something and pulling my weight in amongst the company of Kiefer and Steve and Weege. So I'd appreciate it. The Michelin name is synonymous with quality around the world, yet many who appreciate the performance of numerous Michelin products are unaware that the company's first tire product was a bicycle tire in 1891, when the Michelin brothers patented the first detachable bicycle bead tire. To this day, Michelin continues to innovate and produce world-class products for road bicycles, mountain bikes, and specifically designed products for e-mountain bikes, like the Michelin E-Wild tire. It's the tire of choice for my team, the Impact Results EMTB team, that's competing in the 2021 EMTB GNCC National Championship. This partnership will enable the team and its riders to showcase the performance, versatility, and durability of the Michelin E-Wild tires during our efforts to defend and pursue even more championships. Also for 2021, Michelin is introducing many exciting new products like the Michelin Force AM2 tire and the Michelin Wild AM2 tire, designed for a variety of mountain bike terrains, as well as, this one I'm excited about, the Michelin Pilot SX and the Michelin Pilot SX slick tire, specifically for world-class level BMX racers like myself. Follow at Michelin Bicycle on Instagram, or learn more about their extensive range of bicycle products by checking out their website, or obviously engaging with them on social. Again, it's at Michelin Bicycle on Instagram. Hey, thanks for listening to the show. I want to talk about our friends at Just Live CBD. Support for RacerX and this podcast is brought to you by Just Live CBD. They're a trusted source for high-quality wellness CBD products created by athletes just for you. Fun fact, Travis Pastrana, ever heard of him? He may or may not know a few things about being injured, recovery, dealing with nagging pains, nagging injuries. Well, Travis is actually one of the founders of Just Live CBD, so that's pretty neat. Travis and everybody at Just Live CBD want to hook you guys up. You can get 30% off your entire order with code RacerX at checkout. Visit justlive.com. That's JUSTLIVE, justlive.com, and use code RacerX so you get 30% off your entire order.
Welcome to the Moto Marketing Podcast, presented by RacerX, the podcast for moto industry professionals, entrepreneurs, and riders. If you want to grow your brand and business in today's digital-first world, you have to know how to turn a stranger into a fan, turn a like into a customer. You have to know how to turn attention into dollars. This podcast is dedicated to keeping you in the know on real marketing tactics that work in the moto world so that you grow your business and help grow the sport. Get ready to learn from the very same marketing experts trusted by RacerX, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, GNCC, and NBC Sports. They'll help you navigate the world of digital marketing for your moto brand. This is the Moto Marketing Podcast, presented by RacerX.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Luke Nestler. Today, we've got a guest that, really needs no introduction. I think anybody listening to this is going to know the name ARay. And Alex and I really don't know each other. I know who Alex is. He has no idea who I am. I ran into him at High Point, and he's somebody that I've been wanting to get on the show. I was there Friday for some meetings and stuff with press day, and I saw him rolling around, hill climbing the pits in a gator with a couple of guys, and I was like, man, I got to stop him and ask him to be on the show. So chatted him up a little bit, and I appreciate him coming on today. And man, Alex, I appreciate you being here. Really just want to dive in and kind of tell people, or dive in a little bit deeper to your story. Most of the shows that you're on, you guys are talking about what happened at the races and things like that, and really haven't ever gotten to dive too deep into the ARay story. You're known and loved by many of the fans, and thought it'd be cool to have you come on. So I appreciate you being here with us.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on here. It's great. I would love to talk about anything other than the races, to be honest. It's I don't know. I'm not a very big outdoor guy. I'm more of a Supercross guy, so I'm just waiting for Anaheim 1 to roll back around, baby. So
you're just trying to survive the heat this summer then, right? Yeah, that's awesome. Well, man, I don't know. We live in a interesting day and age with technology and the ability for riders that aren't the Eli Tomacs and the Plessingers to be able to have a viable career. And man, and really you're in a kind of a category in and of itself, because I always talk about the fastest guys, and then I talk about guys that don't even do a full professional season. Guys like Jeff Walker, that they just qualify for the motos and they do their thing, but Jeff has built such a YouTube presence. You're in this weird in between to where you, hands down, especially in Supercross, are one of the fastest guys in the world. You're not the Eli Tomacs. You're not the Grecos who aren't making main events. You're not even the Seven Deuce Deuces who sometimes make a main event, most of the time don't. Those guys have, especially Seven Deuce Deuce, they've built a career solely off their brand. You've enhanced your career from your brand, but you're definitely one of the fastest Supercross riders in the world. But I think before the podcast era really popped, and with what Don's doing and with what Steve is doing, you were not nearly as well known as you are today. Today, you have one of the biggest brands in the pit. I would assume as many fans come up to you as some of the biggest names like the Tomacs and things like that. So I guess let's just start here. What has that done for your career once you really saw the benefit of, man, people know who I am. If I can just keep fueling that fire, there's a lot of opportunity. Have you seen a shift from pre versus today with doing that?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of growth, to be honest. I started the whole merch thing this year. I've been wanting to do it for quite a few years now, but I don't know. I moved from Corona to Marietta Temecula area, and one of my roommates, he works at DBK. So I go over there a lot, and I talk to the guys hey guys, I wanted to kind of start my own merch. So they sort of guided me and pointed me in the right direction. Obviously with Don Maeda, he helped me out with getting a printer guy and everything like that, and some ideas and stuff, and just everything what I needed to do. So I just pretty much, I don't know, I took a week and got it all figured out. Okay, I need this, and this. And I pretty much just put it all together and I started it. And the return, the first, the whole first drop that I did, it was a little bit overwhelming because I pulled out of everything. I wasn't really expecting it. The night before, I was okay, I'm going to drop this thing tomorrow. The night before, I was man, I really hope that I drop this thing and someone buys it. I have all these clothes here. What am I going to do if it doesn't do well? But yeah, I mean, it turned out doing really well. It sold out pretty quick, and yeah, so now like I have like a few different t-shirt designs. I have more on the way, some coming. Pretty much what it stemmed off of was Pulp MX, to be honest. You know, like they give me a hard time on there. I mean, I'm definitely like a flashy rider. Whenever I do ride, I stand out for some of the idiotic things I do on a dirt bike, which, I mean, you know, it just happens. You know, I'm not the most talented, say, like, I guess you could say. I'm not like a Ken Roxon or Eli Tomac, like what you were saying. Like, I mean, I put in the work. I worked my ass off to get, you know, to where I am today.
Right.
Maybe I twist the throttle a little bit too freaking hard every now and then, and, you know, go above my ability. But I mean, that's sort of what started the sketchy brain.
So let's talk about that, because I mean, man, I own I guess a little bit of info on me for you, so you have an idea who the hell I am. I own a digital marketing company, and we work with a lot of clients or brands in the sport. Brands like FMF, we do the Lucas Oil Motocross, we promote those races, Arma. And I work with them because I'm a fan. So, like, I've followed Pulp and I've followed you since you've kind of come on the scene and become popular. And I've noticed the transition from that really used to get under your skin when guys would give you a hard time.
Oh, yeah.
And now, and I'm sure it still does, especially when it comes from, you know, fans that really are just trying to piss you off. But when it comes from Steve and JT, it almost seems like you're like, it's kind of like the troll train thing. Like, troll was initially kind of an insult, like for him being short and whatever, and now he's owned it and he's built this brand off of it. And I see you doing something very similar. Was there a light bulb that went off to where you're like, you know what, man, this reputation isn't going away. Like, I've got confidence in my ability. Let me just own this sketchy thing, because I know that's a word specifically that used to piss you off. And now you're that's you, man. Like, that's your thing, and I think it's rad.
Yeah, you know, like every single person who would leave me a crappy comment on my Instagram, I would block them immediately. But now, like, I don't know if it's just me getting older or what, but yeah, I've just embraced it. I was like, well, you know what, it's gonna happen. I might as well like make a brand out of it and sort of, you know, do it, because I mean, the sketchy moments are always gonna come.
Yeah,
and every time it seems to be on freaking camera, or someone gets it. You know, like someone gets a video of it or takes a photo, or every time David Villeman's at the track and I have a tip over, he's always videoing me and laughing at me. So I mean, racing.
Yeah, man, talk to me about the mentorship that you've been able to really tap into. I mean, you're really close with just titans and just icons of our sport from the industry side. I mean, Don. And you work with, you know, with Jeremy, with Twitch. I mean, what's that been like? Because you clearly have an interest in the entrepreneurial side of the business from the standpoint of branding yourself and growing your personal brand off the racetrack. And now with the clothing brand and the merch line that you've put out, have you picked up a lot of just industry and off-track knowledge from guys like Don and even Steve and namely Twitch, with, you know, him having his hands deep in the merchandise field? Like, what have some of the things you've picked up from those guys?
Yeah, I mean, like Don, I mean, he pretty much, like, the whole sketchy feel, he told me just to embrace it and stuff like that, and he's given me a bit of guidance on how to, like, I mean, do like website stuff and Instagram and all of that, you know, because he's super knowledgeable with the media. And then, you know, Twitch, like, you know, I'm just like a sponge whenever I'm around Twitch, because he's always talking about like these ideas and everything like that, of like stuff that he's doing with his merch, and it's always like growing and everything like that. I haven't hung out with him as much as, say, like Steve and Don, but I mean, we hang out, yeah, every now and then, because I mean, DBK is right across the street. I'll go there and hang out every now and then, but yeah, I mean, it's just like, I'm just trying to be a sponge and learn, you know, what I can. And, you know, like I said, I can't ride dirt bikes forever, so I might as well try to market myself the best I can while I do, and make the most amount of money, you know, while doing that. I mean, like, I have you know, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, My YouTube channel was doing very good. I sort of started slacking off on that just because I don't know, like I wanted to be coming into this year. I wanted to be super focused, and I didn't really want to like vlog myself. It just took a lot of time. But this year, I outdoors we do have like a film guy with SGB Racing, who comes to the races every week and sort of films for the team, and then he'll do like an individual short vlog for me, just like a recap on the weekend. But it's still content being put out there, which is always helpful, for the website and everything.
Yeah.
Doing.
Yeah. When we come back, we're going to take a really quick break. I want to talk to you a little bit about vlogging specifically, because not only are you doing your own thing, but namely in Supercross, when Cam was there and AJ was there, dude, the SGB team was the vlog team. And I want to talk a little bit about what you saw from that, because, the model that, was being laid out right there, I think is something that teams can learn from, and really even riders. So we'll take a really quick break. We'll come back and we'll wrap up with Alex Ray. Fly Racing's 2021 line has been improved and expanded, offering the industry's widest range of moto and off-road products. Led by the revolutionary Formula helmet featuring Rheon technology, Fly Racing has taken big steps forward with the all-new Light Pant and Zone Pro goggle. It's going to debut this year at the Monster Energy Supercross by Justin Brayton and the Muck Off Honda team. The Zone Pro goggle delivers premium performance from a brand you know and trust, fearless pursuit, Fly Racing. It's personally the gear that I wear. I've worn it Moto, BMX, mountain bike. I've worn it and repped it for years. In my opinion, it's the best. Be sure to check out their goggle, their helmet, and all their gear. Fly Racing. Hey, big shout out to our friends at FMF. Little D and the guys are always doing some pretty exciting things, not just with the performance products, but man, they've got the coolest apparel in the game, and I want to give you guys an opportunity to get that at a little bit of a discount. If you go to FMF and pick up any gear you'd like, hats, shirts, whatever it is, upon checkout, if you enter the code MMP30, MMP30, you can get 30% off. So MMP30 at checkout and get 30% off your order on FMF apparel. All right, guys, welcome back. We've got ARay with us. Alex, man, it's cool having you on here, just kind of talking about a rider's point of view of all this. And one of the things you mentioned is your vlog, and that's something that has popped over the last couple seasons, and really this season you're seeing riders from all series. GNCC even is doing it, and it's something that fans crave, just an inside look. And AJ has always done a really good job of it. You guys were on the same team this year, and AJ brought in his guy, Cam, and Cam was on the podcast earlier in the season, and just seeing what SGB was doing, what AJ was doing, and then even when you weren't able to put your own vlog out, you were one of the staples in the SGB vlog. Did you notice any type of additional fan traffic or just engagement or following or just an uptick from what the SGB team and what you and what AJ did this Supercross season with so much content being pumped out?
Yeah, I seen fans every weekend who always wanted to, they always wanted to come up and like just tell us like, hey guys, like we watch your vlogs every weekend. It's great. Like we love what you're doing. Just keep doing it. We run a really like fun program over at SGB. Everyone over there is like super, super down to earth and super, I don't know. I guess we were just like a fun environment, with me, AJ, Rod Bell, Jeremy Smith, all of us, like the whole team, all the staff, everyone is just, it's pretty cool. It's like we're characters like in this like video series.
Yeah,
we got
sure.
Solo Mike, and then you got Jason, the team owner, who's always like shooting the crap with everybody. So it's it worked out good. We've seen a lot of stuff going on. Like the team, they did like their own little bit of merch for the year, and then we had like our old like leaderboard with the dirt bikes and the parts and how much each rider was freaking breaking stuff and everything. And I don't know, I thought the whole dynamic of it was like super cool, and we've seen a great deal of following from it.
So the sketchy merchandise, what really inspired you to say, you know what, I'm going to put something out? Was it seeing, what Jeremy's bill was. I mean, was it something around SGB? I mean, because there are other riders that have a solid following that haven't really put their own merch out beyond just it being a photo, like something you would get at the racetrack, like a photo of them. So what really inspired yours in having that cool simplistic style to it? Like, you've really done something that can grow from that original drop to a lot more than what other riders might be doing with their personal brand and their merchandise.
Yeah, so pretty much that was like the whole like sketchy idea with like the whole logo. That was something that like we came up with the design at the Temecula t-shirt printing. The guy there, the guy who actually prints the shirts and everything, he rides as well. He's a fan of the sport, so he helped me out with that. And then I don't know, to be honest, the whole thing sort of started like with the merch, like the idea, just scrolling through TikTok. Yeah. I don't know, it was funny. Like, you see all of these TikTokers on there like starting their merch, and then obviously like the YouTube stars doing their merch and everything, and seeing how well AJ did with his. It just I don't know, it just created an idea for me, and then I figured I needed to get something that would sell, like just like something that like an ARay shirt with my number on it. I felt like wasn't really going to sell as well as maybe something that everyone could relate to, something that everyone could wear. Yeah. So that's what that came from. I mean, anyone, like, you don't even have to be a fan of me to want that shirt. I feel like, you know what I mean? I agree. That was just a great shirt. Yeah. And want to continue to do that. Like I said, I do have other like ARay shirts on my website, but I have two new sketchy shirts coming like within the next couple weeks. So I'm excited about that.
So do you see this being something that you continue to try to work into your daily, weekly, monthly schedule and try to grow as far as growing that sketchy brand? Or have you realized, man, it's a lot of work, it's getting in the way of me being what I really want to be right now, which is an athlete? Where are you at with that?
It's not a lot. It's not too bad right now. Like I'll do it like on my off days. I'll ship out orders or something like that. I'll do it at night, like after dinner. I'll print some orders and package some stuff. It doesn't really affect me that bad right now. If it grows a little bit more, then maybe. But I want to see this thing grow a little bit more. I like doing it, and it's pretty fun. Yeah. So.
No, it's interesting, man. It's cool to see. I really think the best entrepreneurs are athletes, even if they were an athlete in high school, like somebody that understands the work ethic that it takes to build something, as opposed to people that really have no idea. They see a video on YouTube, they think they can get rich quick. Like, that's why I think there's so many people that exit their racing career and are really successful, either as an entrepreneur or a high-level employee. Somebody like Jason Thomas, he applies that same level of intensity that he had as a racer to what he's doing. Man, it's really cool watching what you've done and just seeing it evolve. I mean, it went from the guy that everybody heard on the podcast to now, then you started putting your own content out, to now you're co-hosting podcasts with the guys over at Swap, to now you've got this clothing brand, and you're really being mentored by one of the guys that is having the most success in the industry with clothing, and that's Twitch. So, man, just kind of wrapping things up, you said you have a couple of drops coming from Sketchy. So we'll start with that. What is next? How can people get the merch if they've been living under a rock and haven't gone there yet? Let's start there. Where can they find that?
If they have me on Instagram, I have a link in my bio on my Instagram, both Instagrams actually, for my ArayX merch, and then ArayX_83 on Instagram, or it's just alexray.co. Go there, buy some merch. So, I mean, I'll have stories up where you can just swipe and everything. I'm actually doing a giveaway right now until Friday. I'm giving away an HJC I-50 helmet and one of my signed ArayX jerseys.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
What I do is site and order something and be entered to win.
Awesome. Josh, we might have to do that so we can try to get a jersey for the studio if we win. That would be sick. Hey, before we wrap up, I want to make sure I give a shout out to RacerX. They do have a promo going on right now. If you guys subscribe or renew today, you can get a free pair of RacerX undies by Ethica. It's a $56 value. Renewal is just $30, and you get that. There's some really cool features and stories this month. Davey Coombs went out with Six Time with Jeff Stanton and did one of his adventure tours. And there's an article in there titled Pure Michigan Adventure where he goes over that. There's a really good story about Eli Tomac, all things in badly, just kind of talking about the split and the new team. So support what supports this show. I mean, that's what makes this show and other shows that you've heard Alex on. The mothership is the magazine, so be sure to support them. And Alex, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'd love to have you back on one day and just kind of get an update on where things are at and see how things are going. So I appreciate you coming on with us today, and best of luck surviving the rest of the outdoors. I'm sure you're going to perform. We're looking for that, and then we're always excited to see you back in Supercross too.
Yeah, awesome, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me, and hopefully we did some Moto marketing justice.
No doubt. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Moto Marketing Podcast. If your goal is to get real, measurable results from your marketing that will grow your company revenue, then check out how Impact Media can get the same results that they have for Moto's most iconic brands by visiting thinkimpact.com. That's THINKIMPAKT.com. Have a marketing question that you want answered on the show? Send your questions to questions@motomarketingpodcast.com. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. And we'll catch you on the next episode of the Moto Marketing Podcast.